Right. Hello, everybody. Right. Let's set up.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 031, Fort 140 at 23,000, flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 031, Fort 140 at 22,000, flanking. Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy. Refueling complete. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1. Rearming complete. Group 034, Fort 140 at 2,000, flanking. Request rearming. Copy. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 033, 140 at 1000 knots. Rearming complete.
Right, now I think I've got that right.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 002, 190 at
Lights on.
1000 flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 003, 190 at 21,000 knots. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, pop-up group 038, 120 at 1000 knots.
That's set up.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 035, 180 at 30,000 knots.
Semi. Come on.
Enfield 5-1.
Go.
Bra 000, 200 at 10,000 flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 006, 180 at 27,000 flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 031, 190 at 22,000 flanking.
Right.
Enfield 5.
Oh, still haven't quite got used to the faff of this.
170 at 16,000.
Gosh.
Enfield 5-1.
So, the only thing I need to do now, I think, is set
180 at 30,000.
that to nav. Also, you need to make a call for the taxi.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1.
Anyone else?
240 at 22,000 flanking.
Moving off.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 001, 190 at 13,000 knots.
So, I remember this correctly.
Overlord
It
1-1,
will be
08, 180 at 35,000 flanking.
ATA ATG, Ballin, taxiing to runway 13 left.
4200 at 35,000 knots. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 040, 170 at 16,000 flanking.
I think. That guy's going that way.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1.
I don't know if that's the right way to go. Height check.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Rob 005 for 210 at 35,000 knots.
Roger, thank you. I assume the active runway is 31 right then. Alpha ATC fallen, taxiing to 31, runway 31 right.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Rob 006 for 210 at 30,000 knots.
Alpha ATC fallen, holding short, one-way, brief on right. Alpha ATC fallen, taken off, one-way, 3-1 right. And here we go. Right, now we're up, where I discovered I've forgotten something. Probably. Likely. Oh, God. I always think I'm taking off on the... Oh, yep, like that, for example. I've forgotten to put it to cat 3. And PM on to active. Hour from the air, drink some tea. damn it. Yeah. Hold at 5 degrees, that'll do. Hold on, parking brake. That off. And there we go. Hey WTF, I'm not quite sure what that means. Among Us? The maximum, I think these guys got set a maximum of 8 waypoints. So we are 5, 6, 6. I believe is the target. Let's 6, 5 is the target. Warning down a bit. Hello, an interweb person. Welcome. Like the name. Oh, well, just flying around in the F-16 with a loadout of harms and, well, a mix of harm, anti-air, ECM. Also got a targeting pod on board. And I'm hoping to actually hit some things with this, with my anti-radar missiles. The last time I went and attacked that target where that F-18 is, I missed, and it just went all over the place. The missile just hit the ground. I feel even the server was mocking me with messages of, you know, I destroyed a weed.
Roger that. Transporting security forces to the target location.
Really? Oh. I am... But that's how it used to be loaded out in the old F-16 combat pilot game from 1990s, I think. On the old Spectrum and IBM PC. That's how it always used to be. AC-120s and then the lighter things on the tips. I'm kidding. It is honestly, I've got to admit, the only reason I do put them on there, to be fair, is one, I need practice with them, and it is a kind of throwback from the loadouts that they used to give me on old F-16 games. Don't worry about giving me the deets. I'm gonna look that one up. Not right now, but I will after. Well, after I'm done playing. Target chasing someone down there, I see. And have a look. Oh, let's ping him. A lot of dots there. I haven't set my my IFF. Oh, okay. Ah, thank you. Well, thank you for letting me know. I did not know that. Like I said, I'm quite far out of the loop, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been playing DCS for a bit, but everything I know or knew prior to getting the F-16 for DCS was stuff that I learned when I was, what, 16, 15? And now that's sort of 20 odd years ago now. they got it. Good. No, that's good. I like having a massive nerd around with these things because it means I can learn stuff that I don't know. Because I want to be a massive nerd too, but it's kind of hard to be a massive nerd when you know nothing, or very little at least. So I should probably also pre-warn you that I'm not also down with all the lingo. I'm on this fairly advanced server, but I'm not completely down with, you know, the whole calling out when you're taxiing, when you're getting on the runway, what to say when you've left the active runway. That's something I'm still getting to. Like these harms actually with this pod. I've noticed that it doesn't. From what I've read on YouTube, and I do apologise if I am babbling here and you're hoping to have someone that's quiet, that the target that you select, so the targets that are on the left MFD, they should be, like that one I've just gone over, should be green if it's been destroyed. But that doesn't seem to be the actual way. Yeah. I wish I could actually pilot or learn to fly one of these things, but... And I probably would have had the option to if life choices were different. They're a bit, from what I can tell, they're a bit simpler than Mavericks. You know, Mavericks are great. And again, I have a love for the old Mav because of the old F-16 simulator days. And to me, they just look like a missile. But anyway, I digress. I think they are easier than Mavs, from my opinion. You don't have to mess around faffing about aligning the pods with or aligning the pod with the rack. Oh. Yep, I haven't been paying attention, and what's next to me? There's 2 air targets just over here. You know, I've waffled on about not having my IFF set. Set it now. Go. What we got here? And loads of targets. Right, okay. I am also still kind of learning these blips and blops on the air-to-air. Like, maybe you can help me with this. Hope you don't mind me asking. But what's it when it's got the 2 little markers there? Is that showing me that there's 2 targets there and they're close by, or...? Two targets. Boo. That's okay. for a very laggy target. Yeah, see, hopefully that's not Ah, it was an enemy. Not a very threatening one, but it was an enemy. I like you, interweb person. But you've been here like, what, 10-15 minutes and I've already learnt 2 things from you. Do you play DCS a lot? Definitely a target down there. Right, let's I'm gonna try lock him. I've got the flashy washy. It's definitely a target. Got my targeting pod on so I could see what's down there. Targeting pod. That. Bad. Stand by. I'm so glad I brought these MFDs. And this is a nightmare otherwise. And it's in cloud cover. Oh, we have something. Curious. See now, if that was an actual active radar, that would have locked me, and something would have changed to A. Swing around. Load the clouds. I didn't think it... Again, this is probably a very newbie thing to say. I didn't think it mattered, did it? Or does it? I mean, I know it obviously matters probably for, you know, just visual-based anti-air on the ground, but, the radar-based anti-air? Really? Okay. Right, I did not know that. What about nav lights? This is small things, but things I really do like to know. In the tutorial, the nav lights, in one of the tutorials anyway, it reckons that it's steady nav lights for when you've taken off and flashing for when you're on the ground and taxiing. That is true. Oh, thank God for that. I've sat there and sometimes looked at people and go, oh, he's got his head, he's not got his lights flashing, but the actual fuselage lights off. Sort of ninja.
Altitude.
Okay. Ah. Right, see now that target on the left MFD on the harm is now green. That. Why is that not automatically? Yeah, I've got quite a few panels that I've kind of collected over the years, and I haven't quite set them all up. I'm kind of a bit, I suppose the best word for it is anal about where everything goes. Like, I like to try and keep things like the switch panels in their place. So whenever I, like the switch for the master arm, for example, is in sort of nearby the landing gear lever, or just above it anyway. very low clouds.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yes, I mean that's what I would do as well, to be honest. You know, like just small things like, you know, when you have the landing gear lever down, to have the landing. Sorry, one sec. SRS. Just to have the landing lights come on as well. You know, that makes sense. Oh. Paying attention. Aircraft over there. I think.
Counter.
Ugh. Oh, good. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean by the lights. Hang on, something's just a... That was green a minute ago. Yeah, you could say that. In fact, my trim's off. I've been damaged. Yep. It's fine. It's fine. It'll buff out. It'll buff out. It'll be just a. This is my first flight in 10 days. It's fine.
Touchdown at the target location, shutting down and deploying security perimeter down.
It's south a bit and. If in doubt, trim it out, you know? It should have done, but they probably took pity on me. Okay. Steering point, I'm...
Altitude. Altitude.
I'm supposed to be able to lock onto that target, and the targeting pod should... Not that I've got anything that can engage it. If I go targeting pod... No, I'm gonna have to look up another tutorial on this. Okay, well let's
Altitude. Altitude.
so S is SAM sites. Definitely heading towards something bad. That's Sam. That must be at the airfield. I love doing all this blind. It's scary, but fun. Gotta be a target. I won't fire at that target. We've got aircraft over there. I'll go for these ones.
Counter.
MiG-29 targeting me. Right, ECM is on. Good. Lose lock. Welcome back. Off. That's flashing, that means we've got lock, that's ready to go, but whether or not there's actually anything there, find out. That one, get rid of that missile as well. I think that MR or HR is... Hang on, sorry, let's get down a bit. MR, HR, I believe, are ships. The radar systems on ships. S is SAM site, I think. And things like 11 are like SA-11's, trim out a bit and see if we can follow the missile.
Counter.
They mine? Quick, quick, ah. Yes, I actually hit something. I have no idea what it was, but I hit something. Oh, fuel. Area beyond the wings. Get rid of those. Oh. Oh no, something's changed. Management, selected jettison. Master arm off. Now, still destroying stuff, and I'm not even there. I think what I'm going to have to do soon, well not right now, but after this flight is going, not this flight, but after my session, go and look up the video again regarding the whole using the harm pod thing and having the targeting pod automatically slew to what it's looking, to what the harm's locked onto. Because that does seem quite vital, you know. So if I went out with a loadout of some harms and mavericks, I could at least get the targeting pod to be there. Or I could just throw on some bombs, which I haven't used for a while. I'm just thinking to myself, I see a lot of people actually returning to the airfield that they took off from. On this server anyway. I mean, a lot of like the other servers like 4, yeah, and those type of servers, no one seems to matter because they seem a little bit more noob friendly than something like this. You know, normally I'll just land at an airfield, you know, repair, rearm, refuel, etc, but I'm not 100% sure how Hoggit does theirs. Yeah, I have to say I've absolutely loved this F-16. I'm loving everything that I learn about it. You know, there's always something small that I'm kind of, and you know, from people like yourself, that you learn these small sort of things that you don't really, you know, well, you obviously wouldn't know otherwise, but just things like little things like the lights and, you know, when to have them on, and love it. And even though I'm not 100% sure about these harms and the pod system, I'm absolutely loving learning about it. I can't wait till the AH-64 comes out, but that's going to be a whole nother kettle of fish. Wow, thanks for the follows, by the way. I do apologise for my noobiness, and like I said, I am still learning, and I really do appreciate all the help. I would also appreciate a horizontal stabiliser, but that was my own fault. You know, even learning little things like how to set a steering point is just... It's awesome. I believe coming into land down there. I've also got to learn the helmet mounted system. Now here's landing at that airfield. No. Well, I know. I didn't know they were down there. Well, I knew something was down there. Something with radar was down there. But if I could have got what I was trying to do working, I might have actually noticed that there was a bit more than just a radar system of some kind down there. I would have seen something on the targeting pod. And I might have avoided it. And yes, I shouldn't have been so dumb just to, you know, I should have just expected it. But it's okay though, we're gonna get back to base. We're gonna land. It will all be fine. I'll get a bollocking from the CO. Excuse my language. And the ground crew. I took off from 3-1, so...
Altitude.
I know. You know what's worse? Is that I've almost let half a cup of tea go cold.
Bingo. Bingo.
Good enough fuel to get back. Might be worth me landing at a nearby airfield. That one will do. Now I'm not gonna make a call out on SRS for this airfield because there's no one taking off, and again in my noob ways. I don't want to confuse anyone by thinking that I'm coming into land where everyone's taking off. Although, is Caveman coming into land there? He is. Caveman. And he hasn't called out either. Low cloud as well. Might even have a bit of a fuel leak in that left wing. Yeah, that needle. I can see the light from his landing gear. Let's... Lovely. All right.
Altitude. Altitude.
Weird. Okay. Free green. Bit of a wind going on, plus obviously my damaged stabilizer. I know I'm probably forgetting something by yammering on at you, but I love nighttime flying. I love the look of all the little one-way lights. The trap. Bear it up a bit, come on. Out. Be on the brakes. That went better than I expected. Oh. Way just to my left. Be off the runway here. Ooh, that went. Okay, I don't want to say how that went. It went. Righty. Hey. See how long the repair is.
Unable to comply.
What? Why? Oh. In fact, I want to know what's happened to this, because that's supposed to be... I should probably explain. I've got a switch panel, a Logitech switch panel, on top of a multi-panel, and I've got the knob for it. Knob. Sorry. Set for my fuel selector switch, and it's not. It seems as though whatever the update that I've done for this particular panel has changed how it's selecting. But I'll worry about that later. There's going to be another one of those things on the list of things I need to add to this switch panel, if I remember. Right, switch off engines. K for... Aha! Right, go. Takeoff, after takeoff. After start. No, none of that. Shut down, throttle right, okay. Be that. Still communicate with the tower. Right. Ground crew. Press repair.
Unable to comply.
Okay. And my engines are still not off. Main power. Yeah, but if I turn all the main power off, I'm not going to be able to... Turns everything off. Right, so battery. Try again.
Request repair. Unable to comply.
Engines are shut down. What am I missing? I have to open my canopy? Maybe. Let's remember what my control is for it. Ah! Ah!
Request repair. Copy.
Okay, I have to have the canopy open. 170 seconds for repair. Then I'm going to be a bit naughty and beat the starter. Otherwise, we will be here all day. Sim off. Also, just remembered that I didn't stow my targeting pod. That's going to make ground crew even angrier. See what some other people are doing. Ah, see, now this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. He's got his navigation lights off. While he's in the combat area. He knows what he's doing. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Oh, this is just me. I'm the noob of the server. In fact, everyone looks like they know what they're doing. Except him. And him. We are repaired. Yep, we are. Can't see the repair, but I will take their word for it. Okay. Cheaty startup. Else is off.
Roger that. Transporting security forces to the target location.
See, at some point I'm supposed to be teaching a friend of mine how to fly the F-15, but yeah. I'm sure he's going to want me teaching him though. Okay, while we wait for the INS to align, let's... yes, if you honestly, it's easy just to kind of, if you Google through, you know, anything that you want to kind of learn, so like, you know, F-16 harm or anything like that. Matt, I think it's Matt Ragnar. He's a good guy, pretty good to learn a bit off. He's kind of like the official, I think he's the official ED video maker. Then you've got, I think it's the Grim Reapers? One of the guys on Grim Reapers also does some pretty good tutorial videos. Anything that kind of Matt misses out on or doesn't kind of do, the Grim Reapers does. So they're definitely ones to kind of look out for. I haven't found anyone else, mostly because I haven't really needed to. Let us go with the same loadout. Going for
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
IFF, and that back on. And the radar warning system's on. Matt Ragnar. Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I'm terrible at names full stop. Cat 3. That alone for the moment. But I gotta say, that's a pretty good day, you know, way to spend your time while you work. I have to admit, I do wish this was my actual job. In fact, you know, I've almost considered trying to build myself an F-16 cockpit, but I'll make myself sound like completely useless, but I am useless at building things. You know, you see some of the people that have got these really great cockpits, and the other thing as well is that I like to fly World War II stuff, so kind of hard to have a... I tell you what, actually, tell a lie, if I was rich, I would have a whole line of cockpits. I'll have a 51 cockpit, I'll have a Spitfire, I'll have a Mosquito, I'll have an F-16, and I'll just pop out of one and then into another, but I'd have to have a, you know, a decent sized house. And a very, 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 very accepting girlfriend.
Refueling complete.
I do have the 51. I'll be honest, I was so scared of this game. I had the 51 for about... must have been nearly a year, maybe 2. Just because I was always sort of so scared of DCS, I never actually kind of got into it. And by the way, welcome to the stream.
Rearming complete.
I do have the Normandy map. I also have the Battle of Britain map. I've been trying to make some maps. I've been trying to make my own version and my own server, a bit like this, but I don't know if anyone's here is from the days of old, you know, Flight Sim MMO, like Aces High, Fighter Ace. I've been trying to make a map that's somewhat like that in the World War II setting. So, you know, you attack a ground target, it will then trigger, let's just say a normal Normandy as an example. Say you attack all the bunkers and anti-air surrounding a beach. Once you've attacked them and destroyed them, it will then trigger a ship, a landing, like a Normandy landing, and then then you've got that whole sort of thing where you've got to defend them. So once it triggers them, it will then trigger maybe a chance of triggering aircraft to go and attack those ships. So you've got to then defend, and then obviously once the ships get there, they'll unload a load of tanks, and then you've got to make sure you keep those tanks alive while they move on to an airfield, as an example. There's a lot of coding involved, but my biggest gripe amongst everything is the fact that a lot of the basic stuff just doesn't work. like recently, I've been making a Marianas map. You know, just, you know, for the server that I've got, you know, for a few friends of mine. You know, I would like to make it go public eventually, a bit like this server. But the despawn doesn't work on the aircraft. So when AI aircraft land, some of them won't despawn, which is immensely irritating. There's a friend of mine on Discord, 1 second. Morning, dude. Right, and I'm back with you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, a friend had just come on Discord and was talking about, you know, wet flannel slapped to my face to keep me awake. Don't ask. Okay, what we're going to do this time is I'm going to basically try and play a support role and not screw up my aircraft again. So I'll probably just assist in air-to-air. If I can get a lock on any of these harms, then I will. But I really need to learn how to get the targeting pod to slew. Okay. Alan looks... And because I've been waffling and I'm not very good at doing two things at once anymore... Speed brake open? No, it's not. I kind of lose track of what I was doing, so I'm just going to go through what I've got. Right. IFF. The ECM is on and active. Radar on. Cat 3. Master arm is off. 3 green. Landing gear. Right, let's set up the MFDs. Should have done this before. Right, so turn the arms on. Fine. That. Change that. To that. Change. I don't know what. I need test. So we change test to targeting pod. Okay. I think that's everything. Right and left are on. Targeting pod should be in standby, so I better put that into standby for now. No, that's not standby. That's standby. So that would make the ground crew angry. INS set to nav. I think we are ready to go. Caveman coming into land here. I have a sneaky suspicion he is. I'm terrible at pronouncing airfields, so I am going to announce this. Hopefully I'll do this correctly. You're more than welcome to laugh at me if I don't. That's Almactorum. Press the wrong button. And I've selected the wrong radio. Right. Almactorum ATC, fallen, taken off runway 30.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, 022, 4160 at 29,000 knots.
Got this horrible feeling I've forgotten something. Oh, yeah, I forgot to retrim my... Oh, no, this could not... Might go badly.
Altitude.
Yes, I did. Ugh. Why is the force feedback on my joystick disappeared all of a sudden? Ugh. Nav. Yes, here is up. Down. Already in cloud. Not yet, apparently. According to an interweb person, and that's their name. I love it, by the way. Nav lights go to steady. So when you're on the ground and you're taxiing, it's flashing. You have them set to flash. Once you've taken off and are not in a combat area or have set your master arm to arm, they're set to steady. When you are in a combat area and you've got master arm on, then you turn them off. And that's what I've learned today. Thank you to Twitch. Though, you are right, I should turn off my fuselage lights. So, fuselage, no, that's not fuselage. Oh, there we go. That one. Now, technically, this is all a combat area, so I should really have them off all the time. And I have forgotten something absolutely vital. I should have got myself a cup of tea. Oh, that's interesting. My force feedback's come back on my joystick. Okay, let's turn the targeting bar back off standby. So if I press that, that's not... I've obviously still got a lot to learn about this targeting pod. I am at the moment. I have some idea how to use them. The last run I did just I did actually kill a target. But what I'm trying to do, and what I need to learn, and I've forgotten from the video, is when you lock on a target with... Hang on, give me a minute. Let me just faff around a bit. Once I've locked onto a target using the HUD page, it's on the left-hand MFD, you can have it so the targeting pod will automatically slew to that area, and that's not happening. And that's something I need to learn how to do next, because on the last run, which you might have missed, Dixie, by the way, welcome, is the last run I almost got chopped in half because I was so busy trying to, you know, figure out why my targeting pod wasn't slewing that I flew straight over the target, and a Vulcan went, "Oh look, he's got his lights on," and took off my vertical stabilizer. This time round, what I'm doing now is I'm going to basically kind of play a support role. I don't think there's that many radar-based ground targets in the, you know, north of me, sort of, wrong button, sorry, up here. There might be, but there's one F-16 up there anyway. So I'm going to be kind of air-to-air ish. Yeah, I've warned everybody else, so I'm going to warn you as well that I'm a bit of a noob, and I'm still learning, but I'm loving all the learning. I really am. I can't get enough of it. Well, I will, if you've got any questions, do feel free to ask. I will respond as soon as I can, if, you know. And I will try and give you as much information, but not great. It might not be completely correct. Locking onto me now. Who is that? The MiG-29. ECM is on. That's active. I don't actually need to fire my counters. Yep, ECM light is on. Right. That F-16 looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Panel, turn down the warning. I see. Now, one of the things I need to learn about the air-to-air mode is the two numbers on next to the cursor. You got the 34 and the 26. You might not be able to see it because of pixels. I need to learn how those translate to the adjustment. So, you know, you've got a wheel, and when you turn it, it adjusts. Now, I think it's to do with the kind of pitch of the radar from the nose cone. So if they're above me, I have to kind of set, say, like the bottom number to up a bit more to actually get a lock on things. But don't quote me on that, because I have tried looking up some tutorials, and there was one a while ago that did kind of give a good quite good information, or relatively good information, but I've completely forgotten it. Because like at now I can see that the targets are there, but there's no dots to lock onto. And that's probably because I'm at 25 and they're at 27. So if I set that to 7... Right, someone on the level with me that's just taken out that F-16s. 04. It'll be my turn. I might... Oh, see, now there we go. I've got a target. Something to lock onto. Make sure master arm is on. Tell you what, you guys are so lucky I do not have my webcam turned on right now. Concentrating face. He is coming at me.
Counter.
I don't like it, I'm the only one here. Come on. Go.
Cat flare. Counter.
$29. Dead. Right. Now I'm not very good with the sidewinders yet. Okay, I'll swing around in a minute and try and get those other targets, but right now we're turning and burning. Not that anything's locking me at the moment, it's just there's another target. Oh, there he is. 27,000. So we're gonna have to. There we go. Him up. Oh, he's high. I think I've got an F-14 locking me up, but let's not go for him. Clear that target. Go around here. This guy, because he is actually coming in on me pretty swift. Where is he? There he is. Oh. Definitely in the target zone. Level up. Away we go. Not a massive threat, but we got him as well. I would like to say yes, but I haven't learnt to use them in bore mode. I'm still using the radar.
Counter.
Who's locking me? Oh, the F-14. This guy's locking me. Ah, no.
Cat flare. Counter. Counter. Cat flare. Counter. Counter. Cat flare.
I'm not confident about this.
Counter.
Yeah, you and me. Ah! I had nav lights in the combat zone, and he got me, but I got him. Oh. Yeah, that was... There's no way I'm getting out of that. Oh, that hurt my feelings. Okay. What time is it? Oh, I've got about another hour till my partner comes home. I'm going to go again. Roll. Fine. Close throttle. Yeah, I have to say that was bad. Shouldn't have had my nav lights on. But he wasn't paying attention to me anyway until I locked him up. Ugh. Give me a minute. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go and pop and grab a cup of tea. In the meantime, I mean, I'm going to stick a 10-minute timer up. So in the meantime, I am going to throw up a 3-minute ad just to warn you guys. Because one, it will disable the pre-roll. And two, I don't know, I'll rinse a few advertisements of money. So yeah, just so you, well, I'm just saying just so you know, if you wanted to obviously dive off and, watch someone who's not putting ads on their thing, for the 3 minutes. And then obviously, more than welcome to come back. It's going to take a little while to get me started up and loaded out again. But that was fun. I shouldn't have a smile on my face considering it's, well, I suppose I should, considering it's just been, had a missile shoved in my mouth and blown apart. Be a big smile. But yes, I will stop waffling. I will be right back. Yeah, I should auto start while I'm gone. First of all, let's make sure all my switch panels are off. Back to their default settings. So turn that off, that off, that off, that button, that's off. Landing gear down. Could really get a camera so you can see all this crap. Not crap, but stuff surrounding me. Everything's off. Right, yeah. There we go. Right, I will be right back.
5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 016, Fort 190 at 35,000, flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 013, Fort 180 at 30,000 knots. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 020, Fort 190 at 35,000, flanking. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 013.
Hey, I am back. Hopefully the ads have stopped running, and I do apologise for those that did have to sit or did sit through it. And if you're still here, thank you for hanging around.
35,000, flanking.
Now, here comes the faff of making sure everything's going. So,
Bra 028.
first things first, let's turn this guy down because he's going to drive me up the wall. I'm going to track IR back on. Yeah. I don't know how many people it will take to actually make anything from it, but you know, every little helps. Got to pay back this PC somehow. Right, first things first. Multi-panel to there. Navigation lights ready on.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 014, Fort 100.
Nope, IFF to normal. I haven't set an actual thing on any of my panels for the ECM yet, but
Overlord 1-1.
that will be later. So turn that on. That on.
15,000, flanking.
That. Guy's still too loud. Radar on. Program to 3 because I quite like 3. That's a semi, otherwise the ECM won't work. Should do loadout. I'm going to go with the same loadout. Because then I can just, you know, do the usual, what I did last time, fumble in the dark and try and get the targeting pod to lock onto what the harm's locking onto. Plus, I've just done this. Oh. Honestly, sometimes I amaze myself with my dumbness. Turn the ECM on, but I don't have an ECM on board. That.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Hey.
Refueling complete.
Hang on a minute. Why is that red? No, it's not red. Right, cat 3.
Rearming complete.
Good. Remember when I taxied to set that to nav? I think. Oh, taxi lights on. Wind's heading that way, which means the active runway will be. No. 3-1 right. Even though he's going to 1-3 left. Going. Yeah. Going to the wrong runway. Going that way. Means I want to head into the wind that way. I think I've definitely got everything now. I need to try and know what to say for taxiing. So I need to say something like Alfrera ground or ATC, my name, which I'll just use as Fallen, taxiing to runway 3-1 right. I should have done a comms check, but I've already done that earlier. He's just. I haven't put him on, or the comms on, just because Discord's being talked on, and the SRS is on the same channel. Or I say the same channel, on the same audio output. Right. And I've just completely forgotten what I was going to say. Right, yeah. Alfrera ATC, Fallen, taxiing to runway 3-1 right. Bring up that menu. While we do this, we will go into air mode, power on the palms. Set that screen to the weapon screen. Set the, because I don't know what FCR actually does, set that to that. Test to targeting pod. We're not doing any testing. Targeting pod is off at the moment.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 006, 4230.
Reminds me I need to put those on. Left and right. Got that a little bit. Make sure my trim settings are correct, yeah. Don't happen what happened last time. You know, I just heard him say something that I probably should have paid a bit more attention to, but I had the volume down. And of course, while we're driving, we shall drink tea.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 006, 4210 at 24,000 knots.
Because I'm not stereotypical British at all.
Overlord 1-1, Bra 011, 4210 at 35,000 flanking.
I'm going to quickly nag some friends to try and join my stream.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 007, 4200 at 24,000 knots. Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 015, 4190 at 35,000 flanking.
Check to see. Okay. Gonna hold short of this runway. You know, this guy that I should really move channels and turn it on so you can hear the SRS, and he's just announced that he's cleared the airspace. Okay. I get so nervous about talking on comms, especially on something like this, because I just have this feeling that some expert is sitting there, or who knows how to do this, and he's just going, "No, you idiot, that's not how you do it." So I need to say something like ATA ATG, fallen, taking off runway 31 right. Oh. Okay. Alpha ATC, fallen, taking off runway 31 right. Now, I don't know if I should say that when I'm on the runway or when I'm coming onto the active runway. But I've said it, so...
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1.
Here we go. I will have to check that out then, definitely, because that's one of the next things I need to learn. Right, so we've got that up, turning nav lights to steady, and fuselage lights off. And to the north. 3. North, right, get the waypoint set up to, we'll go to 8. Gives us a good heading. Now I need to let them know it's clear. Shit. Okay, I'm not going to do it this time. I should have... This is something like ATA ATG, fallen, cleared active, goodbye.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 024, Fort 170 at 30,000, flanking.
Back I are.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra 021, Fort 200 at 21,000, hot.
I've got to get myself a radio controlled version F-16.
Enfield 5-1, Overlord 1-1, Bra
In fact, I really want a real one.
21,000, hot.
As well, normally I'll change channels. Yeah, let's do that now. Let's have a go. Right, comes 2. Now I think it's... Right, now I've done this backwards because I've got my my central panel on my keypad, but everything's kind of reversed on my keypad, so it's set to how it is in the game, which confuses the hell out of me sometimes because I end up pressing the wrong damn buttons. So I believe the player AWACS is 1 3 like that. Which one's backspace? Backspace? That's it. 1 3 4 0 0. Enter. Yay. Yeah, it's only recently that I've learned that the SRS radio is actually linked to the radio in the game. Because I did actually have one of the Hoggit guys, one of the first times I actually come on this server, on this map, go, Hero, are you on SRS? And I'm like, yes I am. And they're like, join channel. I'm like, I don't know how to. But yeah, that'll be another one. But by the way, I do apologise. Thank you ever so much for your help. You're giving me tips on what videos to look for. Once I've done this session, I will, like I said, there's a few things I need to do. I need to fix my fuel selector knob. I need to add a few things to my flight panels. Oh, I haven't got that far yet. I haven't got that far yet. I know that's on this server, but I haven't got that far yet. See, I've got to add a few more things. I'll see if I can add the ECM panel to, which reminds me, turn that to active. And look up how to get the targeting pod to blue to what the harm's looking at. Boy. Brightness is a bit off. Fast. But from what I understand, Overlord Bot is basically kind of like it's an AI, like almost like an well, not an ATC, but it also acts as ATC, where, you know, responds to your voice. So when I like request, you know, taxi and stuff like that, it should tell me that the active runway's clear, or, you know. Yeah, it sounds really cool. They have a version on IL-2 that I did kind of dabble with for a little bit.
Shutting down and deploying security perimeter now.
Yes. I've switched the channel now. I don't know if it's the Overlord bot that's on Com2, or whether or not that's just an in-game AWACS that's on Com2 on this server. God, I love nighttime flying. It's so pretty. I haven't been real flying in years. You know, even commercial. You know, I haven't left this country for a very long time, but I always love nighttime. Just all the little lights and the different colour of runway lights and everything, and aircraft lights. It's Gonna do. Turning them off now. I know I'm not in a combat zone and I haven't turned my master arm on. Sorry. Saber got on board. Oh, he's maved up. Okay. See if I can assist him. Oh, just because I want to. I see, there's a target. Yeah, it's pinged back. So weirdly, I'm not seeing that F-16 on... Oh, he's behind me now. That's probably... Oh, there he is, yeah. Still got to get used to using my, wrong way, my, MFDs. So why is that a blue 2? Level out. That down a bit. Hold. Okay. Range. Right, we got a target. Couple of targets up ahead. They've just dropped off. Definitely something about there. Why am I not seeing him? Dropping off radar. The F-16 should be pretty much on top of me. I'm not seeing that on radar. I'll cheat a little bit and check the our friend. F-16 is off my wing somewhere, but I can't see him because we've probably both got our lights off. Which is good. Aha! Targets. King things. Alright, there we go. Master arm on.
Counter.
Yeah, whatever. MiG-29. And I've lost lock. Right, come back. No. Back. Arr. Lost him. Ah, there you are. Aha! He looks like he's going after the F-16. In fact, he's got the F-16. Not be having that. Ah, shit. Lost lock again. Oh no, he must have got him. Okay. You. Probably going to get taken out. I suspect anyway. Go ping. Going down. And what is that then? That's... oh, that'll be the F-18. As you can obviously tell, I'm still kind of getting my... I'm not very good at my distances with the MFDs. Okay, I think that guy's down. Go to that. S-ground mode. I think this F-16 behind me has got a clear route forward. Not picking up any radar signals in the left MFD. Right, yeah, that is on. Did put one on board, didn't I? Yes, I did. The right MFD to the right of it by where FR is again. I know you're looking at pixels. Oh, he's dropped off. I got him. I'm trying my best not to look at the map. Trying to do this mostly by instruments, and I'm slowly getting there. Wrong button. Still not picking up any radar targets. I know that F-16 is right on top of me somewhere. 21,000, yeah, he's following me. I wonder if he's actually watching. If you are, hello, sorry if I'm missing you. I know you're out there somewhere. I apologise if I balls everything up. Yeah, there's definitely no radar targets around here, so he should at least be clear for a run on whatever is down there. Shock boy, how are you? Oh, there you are! Haha! Oh, you've got your lights on. Nice. Could be paying attention to flying. But it looks so cool. Right. If you can hear me, Shark Boy, and you are watching, go ahead and do your targets. I will go air to air because I can't see anything from my arms that are actually locking. $32,000. See him down there with a big glow. I understand you guys might not be able to see it. Got here. Maybe there is a target. Oh! Oh no, I thought he bailed out then. There we go. Give it a IFF ping. Definitely not a target. Well, it is a target.
We touched down at the target location, shutting down and deploying security perimeter now.
Ah. Welcome, Lightbeard the Paladin. Love the name. I will try and remember that. I've still got a lot to learn, as you can probably tell. Arm is on.
Altitude.
Am I getting an altitude warning up here? No, I am open to suggestions because there's many things that I don't know about yet. I'm going to fire one off now. Get that right out of it.
Cat flare.
Now what I'm hoping here is that that missile's made him pay a bit of attention to me. Yeah, what was I saying? Sorry. yeah, because I'm quite new, I mean, I haven't even used things like the data link so much. You know, it's just something that I kind of caught off one of the videos. Am I missile? Am I?
Counter.
Ahead of me, locking me. Ah, got him. Oh, it was only an SU-25. If you don't mind my asking, what do you mean by mad dog? From what I'm understanding is that if my memory serves from, you know, YouTube videos, is that a mad dog missile is something you fire that's unlocked and it will just go for whatever's pretty much ahead of it. Oh, I've got I've got so much to learn. Especially after this stream anyway. Did I not have a lot? Did it? Okay, so yeah, alright. I am understanding what I thought correctly. I didn't realise I lost lock on the target though. We've got another target here, 23,000 feet. Be this guy. Yeah, I have to admit, I do worry about mad dogging stuff. I did at once, when I kind of first started messing around in the F-16, I did accidentally do that whole mad dog missile thing, because I got so frustrated, I didn't understand the Mavericks. Don't ask me how I managed to do it, but I got so frustrated, I hit the fire button, and fired off a 120, hit an A10, and he lost his mind, and because I couldn't find the chat key, I couldn't say sorry in time. And someone's ringing me. Luckily, I haven't had that happen so far. I need to, like I said, obviously a lot to learn. I also need to learn the difference between Pitbull and Mad Dog. So I always just like it's like here, I've got a lock. The circle's opening. That's decreasing. I mean, I'm going to fire anyway in a minute. I'm going to fire now because I love. By the way, again, thank you for helping me learn. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving learning all this stuff. Bit overwhelming, I have to admit, but one step at a time. So I've got a lot to do, but oh. Yeah, let's see what's. Oh no, my wingman gone, or who was? Yeah, I've only done one PvP session on Sidewinder, just you know, once or twice, and I did actually kill someone. But I was doing everything the way that I'm doing it now. And yeah, I know there's so much stuff that I'm missing. I have to go through the videos. This is why I love this game, you know, it's... And that's why I've got Sidewinders on my wings as well, because it's only recently that I've managed to, you laugh, find the key to uncage the missile. You won't believe how many of those things I've fired while uncaged and gone, huh? Why is that not... what? But that's by locking using the, you know, the radar. I haven't quite got the bore sight and using the head-mounted display yet. It's a proper dogfighting style. Okay, so basically fly at if I'm understanding you correctly, try not to be too dumb here. Basically trying to fly in at a bleak angle, so somewhere within the radar range and keep lock of it, not swing myself a complete 180 so he's behind me sort of thing. I always thought they were fire and forget. New every day. I will do. Definitely will do. I was only because I've kind of learnt a little bit by copying as well. You know, I'd spectate a game, and I noticed that when a lot of people were firing off missiles, they would obviously sort of turn around and fly off. Most of the time, it was when, you know, another missile was fired back. You know, I made my cup of tea and it's cold-ish. Oh, and I really wish I could read chat sometimes. I just... No, that's not helped at all. Right, got rid of it. There is no ground-based radar around here. Well, one thing I do need, more than anything, is wingmen. Very much so. For all the games that I play, because I've been trying to get, like... Honestly, I've been barking up the tree to get my friends to play things like DCS, IL-2, for at least a decade, you know. Okay, I know some of the games haven't been out sort of since then, but... And I just can't get them to do any flying. You know, back in the day, like, you go back 20 years, not having a joystick on your desk was unheard of. You know, everyone had a joystick, used it for everything. Now, just trying to get my friends, who are the same age, into a flight sim is a nightmare. They're all stuck on survival games at the moment. Yeah, well, like how you're helping me, I don't mind passing on the information that I learn to other people. I mean, that's one of the lovely, great things about doing, you know, the whole Twitch and streaming thing as well. But yeah, I do like survival games, but there's so many about now. I keep, you know, they're all like, oh, come on, let's play Icarus, or let's get Icarus, or get Valheim, and get this. And it's like, oh, just another survival game. I don't want another survival game. I mean, we don't play RTSs anymore. Not yet. I do have a Discord group for the kind of group of friends, but I don't have, oh, wow, thank you for the description. I do have a thing, but I should really get a proper Twitch one set up. I guess I just don't, you know, I'm not, I'm not great at keeping up with streaming all the time. I've been trying to, but you know how things can be. Real life generally gets in the way. But I am on SRS, you know, I'm happy to join other people's. I am on Hoggit, DCS, but I will have to set myself one up. I'm going to stay around this area because there's some friendlies nearby. And there is an incoming target. Air-to-air target. Quite far away though, and I'm not confident enough to try and close the distance and just these. Yeah, that's why I figured. I mean, I did have the basic pack for jets, because obviously you don't know this, but the last time, before I got this F-16, the last time I was in an F-16 cockpit simulator game was F-16 Combat Pilot, and that game is from the early 90s. I played it on a 286. The game is also on Spectrum and the Commodore and all that sort of thing, but that was the last time I actually really kind of done anything. I couldn't afford F-16 Fighting Falcon and all the other sort of later games that come out. They were kind of beyond my reach at the time. So obviously I was very excited when I found out that the F-16 was coming out for DCS. But I usually mostly fly World War II aircraft. Right, I think the real time. Probably about time to RTB and land. Cool. Well, obviously I'm on my way back to go and land now, and then I'm gonna go and get myself some lunch and welcome my partner home. She'll probably get back by the time by the time I've landed. But if you ever, anyone else out there, if you ever get on and you're fancy joining me, you're more than welcome to. You might just have to put up with my noobisms. And I'm completely heading in the wrong direction. I have pre-ordered the AH-64 just because, well, just because, well, I hate to say it, because I like desert. I have had a love for the AH-64. I think it looks badass, and my love kind of stems from Desert Strike back in the, again, another thing back in the day. Not that that's at all a simulator, but I still think the the AH-64 looks cool, and I can't wait to try it. I'm hoping they bring out an F-15 Strike Eagle. Like, really hoping, because that's one of the games again from way back in the days of the early 90s that I remember playing. F-15 Strike Eagle. Although what I remember from it isn't particularly correct. I remember taking off from aircraft carriers in the F-15 Strike Eagle, and from what I learned about a week ago, that the F-15E wasn't carrier based, but the F-15E, or the one prior to that, was designed to be carrier based. Oh, someone just team killed someone. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of the reasons I'm on this server as well. You know, I'm kind of hoping that the more I play, the more I stream, the more I get to know, get to learn some some great people like yourself that can teach me things that I didn't know, even down to the small things. I think my external tanks are probably out now. Yep. Off. And the nav lights back on. That's not the nav lights. What have I just done? Really? MiG-29 can now carrier landings. This is another thing I learned the other day. I've been making my own, or been trying to make my own, like, fully dynamic mission. A bit like, you know, this one and the 4U servers, but I've been trying to make it a bit more involved with convoys and stuff like that. So, you know, you attack an airfield, just an example. Once you attack the airfield, it'll trigger a convoy from somewhere of tanks and such, and that convoy has a possibility of triggering an aircraft group that will attempt to attack it, maybe on a chance-based thing. And while I was doing that and trying to mess around with sort of like the aircraft carriers around, I couldn't believe that the only aircraft that would be on the aircraft carriers would be the Su-33. And yeah, I thought that the Su-33 was the only aircraft that could take off from a carrier, but it couldn't be because barely knew. But hell, if you want to know anything about World War II aircraft, that's where my jam usually is. You know, I'm a bit of a I've always been interested in the World War II stuff. I think that's probably the best way to put it. I wouldn't say I know everything, but throughout my entire life, I've sort of been fascinated with. Had a lot of respect for the old flyers, but since I've been flying this and DCS and jets, I've had a little bit more. You know, something about the World War II aircraft. You know, in a jet, you don't have to worry about air mixture or, you know, or prop pitch or anything like that. But you don't have to worry so much about the weapon systems, yet obviously in this there's so many different weapon systems.
Altitude.
Calm down. Pause, man. Oh, no. Pause management. Selected jets. That. Oh. I've got to agree with you, it does. How can I put this? Part of me has this, I guess it's from childhood and speaking to a lot of the old pilots. You know, when I was younger, I used to go and I lived, you know, near some of the airfields in England, and you know, I used to go looking up bits of aircraft that crashed nearby, like a Liberator, stuff like that. But anyway, after talking to them, you know, I kind of got this weird thing about the, I can't say enemy aircraft, but the opposition aircraft. Now, I love to hate them and hate to love them in my mind. So like things like the 109, and it's the same thing with like the MiGs and yeah, and sort of like all the Russian type aircraft. They've got some absolutely gorgeous aircraft, but for some reason, part of me hates loving them. It's the same, and again, it's the same sort. It's not just them either, really. When I start thinking about, like, let's take the F-14. everybody loves the F-14 from things like Top Gun, and I love it too. It looks like a great aircraft, and I do kind of want one, but because it's so everyone else loves it, it's like I don't like it. Don't want one, because like the last sale, I was looking at maybe getting an aircraft that could land on a carrier, because I wanted the challenge of being able to land on a carrier. Okay, I know you can do it with the F-16, but it's not meant to be done, and these servers don't like you doing it, apparently. And I've been looking at the F-14, and I kind of go, oh, it looks so good, but I don't want to be Tom Cruise. I do not. Who does have the best air-to-air record with the F-14? And don't tell me Tom Cruise. Please don't tell me Tom Cruise. Really? But that, I shouldn't be too surprised. From limited knowledge I do have, Iran does have some really good pilots. Tell you what, that's one hell of a KD score, that is. So I'll tell you what, you might know the answer to this. Now, I've always known, server's restarting in 5 minutes. I've always known the F-16 as the Fighting Falcon. Again, basically back from the early 90s, and was quite surprised to hear that, like this game, or obviously later on it was called the Viper. Now, I did look this up about why it's called the Viper, or why basically it has two names. Now, is it true that the reason it's called the Viper is partly because of the Vipers in Battlestar? And these look a little bit like the Vipers in Battlestar? Because I never actually pegged it to look anything like the Vipers in Battlestar Galactica until I actually read that and was like, hey, you know what, actually, yeah, it does kind of look a bit Vipery. And you know what? I have literally just realised I had not turned off the AFK stuff. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm so noob at this. I can't believe I left that whole resuming stuff.
Roger that. Check security.
Yeah, I see now that I've got to, you know, one of the other reasons I like the F-16 is that one pilot, P-51 pilot, basically said that it was, you know, it's like the A-10, the Thunderbolt is the little brother, or say little, it's not little at all, but like the little brother of the P-47, obviously because of the loadout, and the F-16 is like the little brother of the P-51. Yeah, I'm only going by little brother by just by age. Airfield I want? Is the airfield I want? No, it's not. Overhead, but I don't think we're going to have time to land by the time the server restarts. This is something I want to try and avoid with the map that I'm making. I want to try and avoid the server restarts and it just keeps going. But because of issues in the mission editor and the game, that might not be possible. It's a shame though, because I don't know if you was here when I was sort of talking about it. I know you was here obviously sort of with my idea, but I'm trying to go for that the old school MMO flight sim days. They were mostly World War II. I don't think there was ever a jet MMO like it, but like Aces High. I know Aces High is actually still going, but I'm not. Oh, there we go. But I'm not paying $15 a month for it. That never used to be a problem back in the day. Because, you know, it used to be like £1, you know, exchange rate was like for every dollar you got £2. But they only used to be £7, which used to basically be equal to everything else. But I've been trying to, or wanting to try and create something similar. Yeah. Now, the server that I've got, I mean, I run the survival game, you know, it runs a few survival games on it. You know, it's got a lot of memory. But yeah, one of the other reasons as well is that there's no real way of clearing up the wrecks. Say if someone accidentally smashes into the runway, you can't have any kind of script, or even using things like mist. You don't have any way of being able to get rid of those wrecks. So AI will just sit there. Plus, I've just put in a bug report because some of the AI aircraft don't despawn after landing either. Fun. But anyway, it's been brilliant talking to you. I'm going to have to go and get myself some food, and like my partner's going to be back soon. I can't guarantee. I'm going to try and get back after I've had some food. Do a bit more, either of this, probably of this, but I could be sitting watching YouTube videos about learning to, obviously, you know, like you've mentioned, I've got a lot of things to watch. So I may not be back today. Tomorrow I might be on, but I'm going to look at a field for the whole radio control, because I've just started kind of getting into radio controlled aircraft, so I'm going to look at a field that I can go and fly at. So I may not be on tomorrow either, but I will try and get on very, very soon. But yeah, again, yeah, thanks. It's been great chatting to you all, and yeah, if next time I'm on, if you've got the game and you want to join up, you don't even have to be on comms. Like, you just, you know, do what I would normally do and just go pick an aircraft and go, I'm going to get in formation with you, practice my formation flying. And before I go, that's something I haven't done yet. I haven't managed to find someone that I've kind of gone, oh, I'm gonna go in formation with you. Anyway, right, how do I say goodbye? Well, I will catch you guys later, and I'll hopefully catch you soon. But thank you for watching, and thank you for the chat, and yeah, have a good evening. Before I go, I think let's do the game fairly. I'm not new to Twitch, but I'm not obviously not very good with it. Let's raid someone. Find someone to raid. Obviously, if you've got a particular stream you want to go look at it now, because I'm just gonna, unless you've got a suggestion on who I should raid, by all means tell me and I will raid them. A new tab. Who we got online? Looks like someone's got a Harrier week going on. Hey. Person looks like they're flying an F-18. There's not that many people streaming right now. Unless anyone has any suggestions, I'm just going to close my eyes and wiggle the mouse about, and whoever it lands on, it's going to go for. Okay, wiggly wiggly. Copy your name. Someone called Bandy Cappy. We've got might be female, not sure. Never know with pictures. That. Hey, I don't know if you're still with me, but yeah. Again, thanks again, and I will catch you later. Raid now. Hey.